G'day Aussie gamers, welcome to the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. The podcast that brings you news, reviews and video game themed fun. Get yourself set because it's time to hand you over to your hosts, Lucas and Red.
Aussie gamers, once again this show is brought to you in collaboration with Loot Crate, and just because you're a loyal supporter of us at Aussie Gamers, we give you the chance to save 10%, so head across to www.trylootcrate.com/AGE, sign up for a new subscription and use the coupon code BRIDGE10, BRIDGE10. Back to the studio.
Hey Aussie gamers, this is episode 136 and today is Wednesday the 3rd of August 2016. I am your host Lucas and here with me is my good friend and co-host Red.
7 weeks, man.
Oh yeah, why is it 7 now? Until you grace my presence in person in Sydney, yeah?
It could be 7 weeks, 6 days and 23 and a bit hours, but it's not 8 anymore.
Round and down. Love your work. Yes, I'm very excited for that. Can't wait. And that also means that the EB Games Expo is just around the corner.
Yes, everyone's chance to come say good day to us.
Yeah, you can come and touch us in real life.
Just my beard.
Just your beard. Touch his beard. What do we... Okay, if you're brave enough to just approach Red without saying a word and stroke his beard, you're going to get a free game.
Yeah. And an STD.
That could get really weird, because you know what? I'm starting to think that the only people that are going to be brave enough to do that are going to be big burly blokes.
It's okay. We
have this grand idea that it's going to be these little hotties in cami costumes and stuff. No, it's going to be a dude dressed up as Hagrid.
Yeah, I get this tap on the shoulder. Red.
Let me touch your beard.
Okay. I'll even condition it the night before.
Wear your sunglasses because she's bright. Anyway, before we start, here's this week's show in preview. First up, as usual, we'll do video game discussion. Then we'll do a semi-automatic fire quiz. Good luck, Red. I think it's a little bit easier this week. Yeah. Then, in video game news, we have Outlast 2 delayed. Keep the shit in your pants. Then we have Pokemon Go bans, Driveclub and VR, The Division, The Motion Picture, and Inside Going Outside the Box. Then after the news, we'll do What's That Sound, Red Shout, and then any last words, and that'll be the show for this week. So first up, video game discussion. Red, go ahead.
Oh, I've consulted my crystal ball, and I think future shows on the future podcasts are probably going to get a little bit more interesting from me. But once again, I played Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny.
Yeah, just done the weeklies. Got myself to 331 now, so getting pretty powerful. A few strikes. It's
been that long for me in Destiny. When you say certain things about it, I don't know what you're talking about anymore. Like, you're 331. I don't even know what I was.
Oh, okay. Well, in a nutshell, you got your max level of 40, whatever it was, and then you get the gear with the light level.
Yeah.
Well, much like your gear score on the Division, your light level is an average of all the pieces, all your pieces and weapons that you've got to equip.
And it's confusing as all shit.
And the cap's 335, light level 335. So most of my gear is now heading towards the premium end of things. So to get an average.
Whatever happened to games where you just got XP and leveled up?
The fact that they want them to run for 2 years,
and then once you've leveled up, like you get loot, and you might get some awesome loot that's a really strong gun. Like, where are those games? Why aren't they back? They're just they weren't confusing. I knew how to get better, and it was just to keep playing.
Yeah, what's the big example of what you're trying to say there? Is obviously you got Diablo with your Paragons, which is a continuation, but the one that jumped to mind as soon as you said that was Alienation does that well.
Yeah. But see, it confuses me, games like The Division and Destiny, where I can have like a gold item or whatever, and I'll be running that, and then I'll get a more powerful green item, but it lowers my overall gear score. That does my head in to just... Or the other way around. I'll get a green item that is balls in comparison to my gold one, but it increases my gear score but lowers all my stats. What?
They want you to grind.
But it doesn't make sense to me. Grind what?
Do you know how many fucking PSN accounts I now have logged into my PlayStation?
Oh, with people getting you to fix it up for them.
Hey, Red, can you go tweak my character? Hey, Red, can you go tweak it?
Yeah, but don't you have some form of degree in accounting? You're the only person that can work out how all the fucking statistics work.
That's all right, I'm going to start charging.
Yeah, you probably could. Oh, but anyway, yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I don't understand it, but go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, it's still the most solid first-person shooter on the current generation, I believe. It's just savvy as fuck. It just works, man. And yeah, not much more I can say about it. If you haven't heard about Destiny, well, praise the rock you've been under.
Go back and listen to a few episodes ago. What, 2013? No.
Yeah, and I'll tell you how much I loved it.
When did it come out? 14, wasn't it?
Oh, fuck, I'm looking at the cover. Oh,
September,
too small writing.
September 14, I think.
Yeah, I'll get my eyes checked in a couple of days.
Righto.
What
else?
Rocket League.
Of course. I didn't touch that this week.
And last but absolutely not least, The Division. Right.
Underground.
Just a little bit. Underground. So, just like Stooges, we sat there waiting after midnight for the Underground to open on Monday night, Tuesday morning / Never happened.
No, told you. Told you so. Told you so.
Yeah, I deserve that one. But I think it was more hope in there than anything keeping me there. Like, we stood there for ages. Like, we didn't just go and check and like, oh, okay. We stood there for about 20 minutes. And then you knocked off and went to bed. Pat knocked off. Oh, no, Pat stayed for about 15 minutes. I said to Ditch, and Pat said, come on, let's go play some Rocket League. So we went and played some Rocket League for about 20 minutes. Pat knocked off. Ditch and I stayed for another couple of games. I've got a bad habit in Rocket League now, I should say. When we're playing groups of 3 or 4, I get the teammates to call out one of their blokes, and all I do is just try and blow him up. I don't know. I think I'm just so sick of people being jerks to me, I'm actually doing it back, which is hypocritical. But anyway, I digress. So then Ditch and I, about 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30, we went back and checked to see if it was unlocked, to no avail. Went to bed, got up yesterday, heard the news that it was going to be service shutdown maintenance for an hour, and it'd be back online with Underground at 6 p.m. So I gave me a good chance. I went and cooked a good tea for the missus and everything, got all the chores done so I could just sit down unadulterated and play Underground. Really cool though, when the servers were about to shut down, I logged in and it had about 3 minutes left to go, and I got a video of it actually, it'll go up on the page today, of about 8 to 12 people just standing at the Underground place, just clapping as the servers are about to shut down with the 30 seconds to go. So that made my day. But
it was like when it did it go up at the did it go live when it was supposed to?
Oh, 15 minutes early.
That's nice. Because when I jumped on, and even after, like the second time I got onto it, it still said coming soon, the DLC. And then I just ran past it anyway, and the door opened for me down the bottom.
Oh, yeah. No, it was a bit of a buggy or glitchy or whatever the true definition be, release. Something that fooled me is you had to go do that quick 30-second mission first.
Yeah.
That I did not know. And Ditch was going, oh, just jump on me, because I didn't join everyone straight at 5:45. I was just finishing up my jobs and trying to be a good dad and everything like that. And I jumped on, like, oh, quick, jump on, you can get this out of the way. So I got that out of the way. And then you had to go down and you had to do a tutorial Underground mission. And so I think it took about 40 minutes before you could actually just be left alone to your own devices.
Yeah, I did that. I did the little 30-second mission where you just kill everyone, get the cell phone with the intel on it, go downstairs, hand it in, listen to a bit of blah blah blah, then go and do the mission inside the nightclub, which was pretty cool. I was getting into that music.
That was sick, wasn't it? And the dude fucking hanging, the dude that got noosed, and he bloody had the Joker treatment with the big smiley face and that cranking out. That was really cool. And
it
the
was
neon
cool.
Graffiti, I liked it.
I was trying to find the stash of pills in the club there.
And guess what? That's the only time you see something that cool.
But I did that. I just did that first bit, and that's pretty much all I did with it.
Yeah. As with another problem that Destiny's now, the Division is now starting to become quite ugly. Like I appreciate RNG, you know what I mean, and I don't mind sifting through all that crap to get one decent piece of gear or something I can work with, if you know what I mean. But if you do, you know, you got hard, challenging, heroic.
Yeah.
They cap what sort of gear you'll get. You will never get a 229 weapon or a 268 gear piece on hard or challenging. It's only on
do heroic.
Yeah, you can only do it on heroic.
So playing on your own, you can't do it. You won't be able to proceed.
Yeah, the underground spawns bosses to the amount of people playing. So if you've got a pretty decent build, you can do it on your own because you'll only get one player's worth of enemies.
But then how do I get a pretty decent build?
Jesus. On your own, yeah. Up until now, it's been impossible. Because
look, I know it's an online, it's a multiplayer game per se, but it does have the ability to play on your own, and sometimes your mates aren't available, and what do you do?
They advertise it. They give you the initial gear set. The first green gear set to ever come out was Path of the Nomad. That's a single player thing. Like, you get the free resurrection once every 10 minutes. You can carry so much more bullets and stuff like that. So you can play on your own. But you just can't. Everything else that you lose by using a Nomad piece of gear, it just doesn't help you drop the enemies any quicker. It's very, it's not glaringly obvious to me at the moment because I can hold my own in a few situations when you don't bring other players into it, like PvP. If you don't bring them into it, I go okay. Normally I get rattled by 2 or 3 of them just being jerks. But as I was saying, with the making it redundant, you can do the incursions weekly, all 3 of them now, but you'll never get the good gear unless you do it on heroic. And to do it on heroic, you've got to have 4 people that have just know the game inside out, know the game better than me.
Yeah.
Know the mechanics better than me. Like, I still don't know all the mechanics. Like, I was really lucky. I think we got about, I'm up to about level 8 in the underground now because we've been doing it on challenging. Because heroic doesn't unlock until level 20, and challenging's hard enough at the moment, which is really cool. Heroic's just going to be fucked. But I'll give it a go. Definitely will give it a go. So we've done probably, well, quickly in a nutshell how it works. You level up your underground as you do with any other, like your DZ and your normal environmental. And as you level up, you can add more phases to your underground experience. So you can have a maximum of 3 once you reach level 25. And that's like 3 bosses, so you got 3 things to go in and do because they're all random generated missions, and they pick from about 5 different things, whether it be destroying a nest of supplies, high value target, rescuing a JTF officer, stuff like that. So it's not always the same. Sometimes you run into another room and the next room, and it kind of looks familiar from the time before, or you could be coming at it from backwards or from the left or the right, which is all really cool. Keeps it kind of fresh, but still you have that little bit of you can associate your last game play or the time before that and know where a couple of good hiding spots are or good pieces of colour, so that's really nifty. And then once you level up also, you pick how many phases you want to do, and then you've got modifiers. Like the very first modifier you unlock at level 5 is called Fog of War, and that takes away your mini-map, and then you're directional, so you can't see where anyone's coming from unless you ping.
And what's the point of doing that?
Extra XP.
Right, okay, yep.
additional XP. So we've done a few of those, and we felt a bit of the grind. It got to about 11:30, 12 o'clock last night. It's like, yeah, okay, we've died a couple of times, we've succeeded a couple of times. Every level, you get every time you level up down there, you get a supply cache. And that gives you decent gear. Like, I've got some good gear out of that, so that's always going to help. So it might take a little bit longer, but you don't have to do it on hard of hard. You can just go through and do it on normal and just accrue your XP that way and level up. And every level up, you get to unlock one of these, which can have 1 or 2 items in it, which is very, very nifty. But anyway, we got to about midnight. It's like, we need to change the scenery. Let's try the incursion. Went across the incursion, wiped at one checkpoint, wiped the last checkpoint, got it done.
Is there a new incursion, is there?
Yep.
Alright. I still haven't done the last one.
Dragon's Nest. So, I've got my build sorted now. We'll get you through that second one. Fucking piece of piss now. Done that twice this week already, just to try different builds out, because you can't really gauge your builds by PvP, because you just get rocked anyway, so you don't get a true representation of how your character's going. So we decided to run a heap of because we've done, you know how you had the daily missions that you do them on hard, then challenging, and then they introduced the heroics. We've done all the heroic missions in PvE, done all them now as well. So just to get a gauge of where the build's at, I've dropped DPS, I've dropped toughness, and I've upped my skill power. And because of using the buffs and debuffs more efficiently now and more frequently, I'm actually much more stronger.
Well, there you go. Well done.
It's all number crunching. Oh, it's crap. But yeah, so that's the underground. I'll have a piece up. I'm not going to guarantee a day or a time. I'm going to push through a few more levels so I can understand these modifiers a little bit more. But then there'll be, I'll do a write-up for the aussiegamerstv.com.
Wonderful. What else, man?
That's it, brother. That's it. RPGs all week long.
Righto. Okay, well, I'll go through my ones. Big Bang. Heard of that?
No, only the TV show.
No, not the Big Bang Theory, just Big Bang. It is a mobile game.
Oh, okay.
So it is on iOS and also Android. It's a cool little game. It's like you're in a little car, and it's a platformer, kind of like Trials, just in a car.
Yep.
It's only new. It's only come out just recently. It's not a bad little game. Give that a go. It's just like a typical free-to-play game, though. Like, you're just going to be doing bits and pieces. There's going to be adverts everywhere and things telling you to do this and that. But cool, good little time waster. Could be a bit of a battery killer too, because it's all 3D and pretty and all that sort of stuff. But yep, been playing that, so check that one out. Pokemon Going, I've been still doing that. I ran really dangerously low in Pokeballs last week, to the point where I had like 13 of them left. So I pretty much stopped playing it, because I thought if I stopped catching just rando Pokemon for the XP.
Yeah.
I just kept those balls just in case a new Pokemon or a rare one came around. I wanted at least something there to give me half a chance at catching it. But we went away about an hour and a half drive on the weekend, where I collected, basically just filled up my inventory again with balls, and I also spent some time down at the river, and there was a Pokestop and a gym there, so I played it a fair bit. I'm now up to about 150 Pokeballs again now, so I've been playing it again. Still haven't hatched my first 10k egg yet. That's still...
I did this week, I didn't say.
Did you?
Yeah, I got fucking Lapras.
Oh yeah, that's not too bad. At least it's a decent Pokemon. It's not like a Rattata. But yeah, I still got it. It's very close to hatching. Only got a couple of k's to go on it, but I'm keen to see what I get out of that one. Hopefully, it's something good. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. I've been playing that again. I think we spoke about that in a bit in detail last week, didn't we? Yeah, I think we did.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm still playing that, and I love it. Like it's not the greatest sort of thing that you probably would expect from the current generation of gaming, but it's a very playable game. What it does right, it does right. It's just probably missing a fair bit. That's all. But
it's got enough. It's got enough of one or two in there to be a Tony Hawk's game. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. It's more of a Tony Hawk's game than any of the latest ones that came out before this. Yeah,
where
like
you skateboard and fucking climb shit and
yeah. There's none of that. So it really does. It does. It goes back to the Tony Hawk's roots, which is a good thing.
So, just before you do move on, I've got a question. Now you've had some time with it, do you find some of the reviews, or even if you haven't read the reviews, the scores of 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10, do you think they're unfair?
Yes. Yeah, massively unfair. Yeah, it's definitely not a 3 out of 10 game. It's far from a 10 out of 10 game. But, like, I would think that a harsh review should be around 5 or 6.
You probably got people in their early 20s reviewing it, though.
Yeah, maybe.
I was just... Because we grew up with it, and we know what to expect, and it's never going to be the RPG Witcher narrative. You know, it's just going to be a Tony Hawk's game.
It's just a skating game where you can just lose yourself and skate around. Like, there's a few things in it that I've noticed now after playing a little bit more. I remember one of the Tony Hawk's where, you know, you could do those the lip tricks. Where you would hang off the edge of a quarter pipe or whatever. Yeah, the stalling tricks, yeah. You used to be able to press combinations of buttons which would change your position while you're in your mid.
and up your multiplier.
Yeah, and then also, same as when you were doing a manual, you used to be able to switch different manuals on the run.
Yeah.
You can't do any of that anymore.
And the grinds, man. I used to get on the grinds.
Yeah, when you were grinding, you...
Just keep tapping the fuck out of it and it goes 1 time, 1.5, 2 times, 2.5.
Yeah, and the risk was that the more you did that shit, the harder it was to balance.
Oh, the touchier that got, yeah.
Yeah, where you can't change them anymore. Once you're doing it, you're doing it. That's it. You can't press any of those buttons to change it. That's one thing that disappointed me because I used to chain those things up and get massive multipliers and stuff like that. But that's gone. That's probably my biggest gripe that I've noticed that I didn't notice early on. But in saying that, though, my score in my review stands. I think it's fine. It's a great game. The Ninja Turtles are gold.
That's excellent, because when you did ask our opinions, a lot of us did draw an opinion based on someone else's opinion that we probably didn't read properly.
Yeah, well, the reviews, like I said, I think they're grossly unfair, and a lot of people will miss out on this game because of that, because, you know, spending your money like $50, $60, $70 is big money to some people, especially the younger generation, which this game would appeal to. They need to know that their money is going to be well spent, and a horrifying review like 3 out of 10 will render this game unbuyable.
Yeah.
And I think is unfair. It is good, but I'll get plenty of time out of that game. It's like I've said in the past. It's like a Trials Fusion for me. It's something I'll go back to and just spend brainless amount of times relaxing playing it. So it's good. I'm enjoying it.
I'm thinking I should pick it up so we can just have a cruise around together.
Oh, yeah, if you could do that. What is it? I think it's $20 still. Is it still on sale? I think it's still running.
We'll have a look. Savo.
But anyway, so I've been playing that. Dead Island Riptide. I put a lot of time into this game this week, and it reminded me how big and diverse the game world is. I really, really enjoyed this game the second time through. And I even had to turn to my wife and I said, I don't remember this game being so enjoyable. So I played it back on release on the PC and loved it back then. And it's doing the trick again, even though I've played it before. Great game. If you like hacking up zombies... Oh, and Red, remember how I said my ultimate goal in these games is to get a katana?
You found one.
Got a couple.
No.
Oh, and they're boss weapons. Like, I remember early on in the game, it was sick to have something that did 500 damage. I'm doing like 2,600 damage now out of my katana.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm just hacking them. You know those thugs? Good night, thug. And my character, playing as Yarn, I've got some perks that I can unlock where the first stage is no disadvantage for enemies that are 1 level above, 2 levels above, or 3 levels above. I've got it up to 3 levels above. So if I'm level 50, going up against a thug at level 53, it makes no difference. Puts us on an even playing field, and I just hack him to bits.
Yeah, wicked. Because I remember those thugs. Because I'm the brawler, I'm just standing there punching in the face. And it's like, come on, Luke, please get behind him. Please get behind him. Fuck him up. Because I don't know how much more I can take of this.
But that's it. On top of that, all of my my high weapon damage, my modifier to bring me up to par with the higher levels, and then also extra damage from behind. I put them down real quick. And I don't even run out of stamina. It's that quick.
There's got to be a negative to the way a pro to con to way, even with the pros. Do you still go down pretty easy if you get swamped?
I'm 2 hits and I'm dead. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's my character. My character is extremely hard hitting, but can't take a hit. It's like, what do you call it? A glass cannon.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll get fucked up. Yeah, just any normal, even the low level walkers or infected. If they get 1 hit on me, that's half my health gone.
Yeah, fuck, because those numbers you were saying, they're fucking big. I've played it for long enough to know they're big numbers.
Yeah. So if I get a critical on first hit, basically, they're all going down.
Well, that's the build type, isn't it? You deserve that. And you've also, because I get life back on critical, and I can up my critical hit chance, but I don't have the power, so I can stand there and just trade. Which is a good, what do they call it, aggro? I'll take the aggro, which is really complements your character, but I'm never getting the job done. But then you've got this other ability in there, which 1% of the time or 3% of the time you'll one-hit something. Yes. And that time you come up behind the thug and he insta-died and I went, what the fuck just happened?
It goes from 1% to 2% to 3%, where it's a 3% chance. So it's tiny, but it's a 3% chance to one-hit anything in the game.
Oh, every 33 strikes, you reckon you drop something, whether it be full health or not. Sometimes you might say, yeah, well, you're fucking 1-2 hitting shit anyway.
Yeah.
You probably won't notice it.
Yeah, and there's some bigger enemies towards the end of the game as well, which I dropped pretty easily, which is pretty cool. There was actually one where it was a silver trophy to kill this one character, this one enemy. And I downed him in like 3 hits, and I thought, wow, was that really worth a silver trophy, or am I just that OP?
No, it's a good representation of your build, I reckon.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, so I've got a lot of time out of that, and I'll still put a lot more time into it. It's a real good game. But speaking of OP, if you purchase the remaster or whatever it's called on the consoles, and you play the first one first, you can carry your character from the first game across to the second one. So you could start the second game at level 50 if you wanted to.
Walk through it. Oh, the zombies do scale though, which is cool. So it wouldn't be a waste of time playing the second one with a created character in the first one, which is brilliant. No,
because I'm close to level 60 now, and all the enemies are up there with me, so they're all hard hitting still.
Yeah, brilliant.
What's next? Polybridge. Played a game, Polybridge, this week. You've heard of that game?
Because of you, I have, yes.
Oh, you hadn't heard of it before then?
No.
You don't spend nearly enough time as you should on Reddit, Red.
Oh, no doubt. Tell me about it.
Now, Polybridge it's a bridge builder, you know. There's a gap. You've got to build a bridge so cars and bikes and trucks and stuff can get across.
Yep.
Like a typical bridge builder, you need to make it strong, otherwise it's going to break. And this one has just, I don't know, for whatever reason, just took the internet by storm when it came into early access, because just every man and his dog was playing it. And it looked really cool to watch. There was some really crazy, must have been engineers out there making these bridges that just worked. And the good thing about it that I found when I was playing it to review it was that it didn't matter how intricate you design. Like, you could make a simple bridge that was strong, You know, you can try and be some weird marvel of design and create weird and wonderful things that worked. But if you weren't that way inclined and didn't really know what you were doing, you were still able to work out what you were doing right and what you were doing wrong.
Yeah.
So it's very accessible to like a larger audience. You don't necessarily need to be an engineer in construction to play the game, and it's just fun. Like it's one of those games that you'll lose hours in. Just
a la Minecraft, mate. You can get in there and you can have a 3-sided hut like I do with a hole in the roof, but then you look at other people and they've made Big Ben and fucking all these real world bloody castles and everything like that, which I never will, mind you.
Yeah, like my bridges weren't pretty, but I could get the job done, and geez, it's a good feeling after spending a while. Like the first time you build it, you'll press the go button, which will sort of get everything in motion to see if it works. And sometimes the bastard will crumble before anything even goes on it. It just falls under its own weight. But and then there's a button you can press which will show you where the tension is, where the stress is. So you're like, okay, that's where all the stress is. I'm going to have to try and reinforce that or somehow remove the stress off that part.
Yeah, share it out.
Yeah, and just move the load, and you can move bits and pieces around and all that sort of stuff. And it's actually quite good. It's a therapeutic game. God, the music in the game. Oh, I left the game running in the background so I could listen to the music while I was typing up my review. It's just so relaxing. It's one of those games. I mean, the game can be quite stressful, but the music is great.
When I hear relaxing music, it remembers me. It reminds me of the time like the whales and the dolphins things become a thing.
Oh yeah. Remember? Sounds of the ocean.
There's nothing more gratifying than hearing that. Oh, I'm an intelligent species.
Oh, sounds like me waking up mid fucking alcohol coma.
That's right.
Where's the fucking Panadol? Yeah, that's a good game, that one. It's come out of early access now. It's in its final release. It's got like 103 or 105, something like that, different levels to play. It's also got like a user-created level part. So games like that where you can make your own, it's just infinite. Well, you could do the same levels a million different ways if you wanted to, really. So, but it's got all different types. Like there might be one level where you just need to get a car from one end to the other.
Yeah.
Then there might be one where there's a car and a bus, and then there might be one where a car goes past and then a boat goes past in the water underneath. But the boat, you got to make sure the bridge doesn't hit the boat, or vice versa, the boat doesn't hit the bridge. So sometimes you might have to make it so it the bridge lifts. So you got to put like hydraulics in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, stuff like that. Or sometimes they'll give you a gap that you need to get a motorbike across, but they don't give you enough budget to make the road go all the way across. So you got to make like a ramp.
Make a jump.
Yeah, you got to make a jump.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Sometimes you can have hot air balloons in there to bounce off and stuff. You got to check it out. Check it out on YouTube. Have a look at all the different types. There's some really elaborate ones out there that I'm sure you have to be some form of engineer to pull off, but it's a real fun game. Finally, moving on to a game that I only just started playing yesterday, Cranebrook. Now,
yes, I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, so the review is complete and it is uploading to YouTube as we speak. That is a really good game. Isn't it really good when we get games to review that are actually good? God, yeah. It makes your life so much better, so much easier, because you don't have to worry about, trying to be fair and all that sort of stuff without just bagging it out and going, God, this game is garbage. This game's good. This is really good. And sometimes when you get games like this, it's like a variation. It's similar to, remember that game Cube?
Yep.
And Portal, if you've heard of that one. It's similar to that. It's like your test chambers it's a first person shooter. You're given a gun and you've got all these puzzles to work out. But the good thing about it is it uses, and the unique part about it as well, is it uses colours. So whereas in Portal, your gun was a portal gun and you could rip portals and go through them, this one doesn't have that, obviously. It's not that much of a copy. You use the primary colours and mixing those colours. So you've got red, yellow and blue, and you use those three colours in your gun. So you just using a mouse, you just use the scroll wheel to change your colours. And there'll be what they're like these robot droid things that float around, and they'll either have a colour or you'll have to give it a colour. And by painting the wall or a segment of the wall the same colour as the droid, it will be like magnetised towards that wall, that section of wall.
Yep.
So sometimes you'll have to get these droids on top of a switch, so you've got to magnetise it over to the wall. But then it's quite easy. Starts off and you've got, you know, a yellow orb or droid, and you just got to paint the wall yellow to make it go over there, get out of your way, or to activate a button. But then sometimes you get colours like purple. So then you've got to mix. Let me test you, Red. How do you make purple with the three primary colours?
Red and blue.
Red and blue will make purple. So you'll have to shoot it with red, then shoot it with blue, and then you've got a purple colour.
That's where that takes the portal mechanic, but just individualises it a little.
Yeah, but then there's cool things like sometimes if you shoot, there's some of the orbs, they've got spikes on them. Those ones, if you shoot them, or if they've got a colour, they will chase you because there's a bug. And it explains it. It's cool. The drones are supposed to be there to help you, but there's a bug in the programming where on certain occasions they will be attracted to you, and because they're all spiked up, they'll kill you. So if you have like a purple wall and you've got a white drone with the spikes, you've got to paint it purple. But how do you paint it purple? You've got to shoot it twice, right? So the first time you shoot it, it's going to be blue, say. So there's nothing for it to attract to, so it's going to come at you. So you've got to quickly then paint it red as well to get it to be purple, so it then attracts to the wall and not you. So
sounds like it's right up your alley.
Yeah, it's cool. So it's got, and the puzzles, like at first I'm thinking, I don't know how far these puzzles can go, but they're quite good where sometimes you need to get the orb in the middle of the room. Well, how do you attract it to the centre of the room if you can't paint the floor? Because you can't paint the floor, you can only paint walls. Well, you paint one on one side of the wall, the colour of the orb, and then on the other side of the room, on the other wall, paint it the same colour, and it sort of then gets suspended in the middle.
Oh, like magnets.
Yeah, and if it's not in the middle, shoot more paint onto one side of the wall, because then
upping the attraction.
Upping the attraction to that side, so it will then drag it further across to one side.
Get fucked.
Yeah, it's cool. It is really, really good. And it's I like to use the word intuitive. And when I use the word intuitive, it's the kind of game that doesn't have to necessarily tell you how to do it. It just feels natural. Like it comes naturally.
Yep.
Like it's an intuition. Like it's just something that you know and work out on your own, rather than the game saying this is what you need to do. And there's heaps of different ways to do it. Absolutely brilliant. It has a little bit of the tongue-in-cheek like Portal, but it doesn't go overboard with it. But it's a real great. And in the review, you'll see it's a YouTube video. It only goes for about 6 minutes. It's quite a good video. I think it's probably one of my best ones in explaining how I feel. But the Chroma Gun puzzle games for me in the past have often been really, really easy, and then you get to one level that you just can't get. Just does your head in. What I found for the majority of Chroma Gun, it felt like a real progression, like a nice learning curve that was very progressive, rather than hitting a steep part.
Well, as you said, it's intuitive, so you're learning as you're going along, and you might notice the difficulty spike because it just feels normal.
Yeah, so look, if you started halfway through the game, you'd probably do your head in. But playing it from beginning to the the end, it really does feel like a nice easy curve. Like it just, everything that you do leading up to the harder ones is training you for that and teaching your mind. It's brilliant game, absolutely brilliant game. It's for a small indie developer. It blew me away. I wasn't expecting to have the level of polish that Cranebrook has. I recommend checking it out if you liked Portal and liked Cube. Cranebrook is definitely up your alley for that. It's awesome. 100%.
Who developed that one, dude?
It was Pixel Maniacs.
That's right. Yes, you did tell me.
Yeah, Pixel Maniacs is responsible for that, and yeah, it's on Steam. You can go and grab it. I don't have it with me handy. I think it's about $12 US, which is totally worth it. A great game. So we'll get you onto that, Red, as soon as you get your PC all set it up.
I'm hyperventilating at the thought.
There's going to be so many things for you to play.
I got given 2 Steam codes yesterday, actually, from the Humble Bundle. I'm pretty happy with that.
Don't even have the computer yet. That's great.
No.
But anyway, that's my week. That's my video game discussion. So
once again, mate, you compliment me. I do the same thing over and over again, and you've got exciting new games to talk about.
Yeah, I have to be diverse, otherwise I get a little bit bored with the same things over and over again.
I'm obsessed with being the strongest in the team.
Yes, that is that's a trait, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, let's move on to the semi-automatic fire quiz. All right, the semi-automatic fire quiz got 5 questions, all multiple choice, all video game related, and very much derived from our own content now. So what did you say?
I said, don't forget who you're talking to.
But yeah, so a lot of these, if you're getting amongst the Aussie Gamers Express coverage of video games, you might have a bit of a leg up here. So, all right, Red, you ready?
Yes.
Ready. All right, question number 1. What is the name of the latest game to get refused classification in Australia?
I don't know. Snoogan's covered it.
You'll know with the multiple choice, surely. Is it A, the bug catcher, B, the big catcher, C, the bag catcher, or D, the grass catcher?
Grass catcher. What was C?
C was the bag catcher.
Yeah, I'm going with that one.
Go with C, the bag catcher. You sure? You want to quickly look at the website?
We'll go with the bug catcher.
A, the bug catcher. Did you manage to...
Really quick. I've got bookmarks, man. Bookmarks.
You just looked it up. All right, C is incorrect. That was your original choice. I assume that's the one you looked at before you cheated. The answer is A, the bug catcher has just recently been refused classification because something to do with a drug. Could be assumed to be drug use or some garbage like that.
How weak is that for an excuse? And if you haven't read the article,
go and
I got more out of the article than obviously just the title, but it's well written. Get around Snoogans there. That was decent.
Snoogans has written a bit of a report up on it. Report, for lack of a better word, news article. Yet another travesty, Australia, on www.aussiegamersexpress.com. Check that out. All right, question number 2. Which Pokemon is not from the original 151? Is it A, Blastoise? Is it B, Machoke? Is it C, Ariados? Or D, Dratini?
Ariados.
That was quick.
Yep. And I'm right.
Why do you think you're right?
Because I'm a nerd.
Well, let's see how much of a nerd are you. You are. What number Pokemon in the Pokedex is Ariados?
152. I didn't know the original ones. Because I didn't.
I'm the
don't
same
know
as
that Pokemon.
I'm the same as you. If I don't recognise the name, then the answer would have been that one. Because I know the original 151, but I don't know anything really beyond that.
Well, I've got a Dratini on Pokemon Go, and a Machoke. I got a Machoke foil Pokemon card from when I was like 12. I got 3 of them actually: the Machop, Machoke, and Machamp. And Blastoise is just simply one of the coolest Pokemon to ever.
My favourite, absolutely. Well, yes, the answer was C. Ariados was 168 in the Pokedex. Nice. Blastoise is 9, Machoke is 67, and Dratini is 147. So there you go. They're all within the first 151, except for Ariados. Question number 3. Have you been paying attention? Ramutha posted a picture of the Aura Interactor this past week on our Facebook page. What is it? Is it A, one of the first virtual reality headsets? B, a movement sensor that precedes Kinect? C, a speaker strapped to your body for super surround sound? Or D, a rumble pack to deliver vibrations from the game?
Based on the I've never actually encountered one, but based on the description from the Facebook post, I would go with A.
A, one of the first virtual reality headsets.
Yes.
If you chose A, that would essentially mean that your answer that you have given us is...
After the break.
Incorrect.
Is it the Rumble Pack or the Kinect?
Yeah, it is D, a rumble pack to deliver vibrations from the game. So you felt the kicks and explosions. Yeah, nothing to do with virtual reality, but it was kind of bringing the reality out of the game, so that's why it was in that sort of context.
Realm.
Context is the word I wanted. Wonderful. But no, D is your answer. Question number 4. Repremier brought up the idea of good versus evil this week.
I like to play good, but I'd like to consider myself neutral, but I do enjoy being bad.
Yeah, he's a little bit confused, that Repremier, as to what the answer to his own fucking question was.
Loved it.
Have a look at what we're talking about on the Facebook Aussie Games Express Facebook page there. So anyway, he brought up the idea of good versus evil, and he used Infamous as a bit of an example there. So the question is, what's the name of the main character from Infamous 1 and 2? Was it A, Colin McGrath, B, Cole McGrath, C, Glenn McGrath, or D, Ben Corra?
Or E, fucking hurrah. It's Cole. That I know.
B, Cole McGrath?
Yeah. Isn't Colin McGrath a real estate agent?
Colin McGrath?
Yeah, or is he a rally racer?
Colin McRae? Colin McRae? Colin
McRae. Nah, not even wrong there.
Colin McRae, I think, is the racer guy.
Yeah. No, it's Cole.
Yeah. Anyway, the answer is B, Cole McGrath. You are correct. Well done. How many is that now? What'd you get right? You got the Pokemon, so that's 1 and 2. You're up to 2 out of 4 so far. 50%'s passed, isn't it?
Yeah.
You should be able to get this one. Have you been paying attention? Which of these is not a playable character from the Dead Island series?
Oh, fuck.
A, Xian. B, Logan. C, Perna. D, Serpo.
Fucking Serpo.
Are you making fun of the name, or is that your answer?
It's Serpo. No, Serpo's the evil guy. Yes, I win. I just had to remember what context we said that in. That was a cutscene near the start.
Serpo.
Oh, they go, fuck Serpo. Fuck him.
Yeah, Serpo. He's an arsehole, that Serpo.
Yeah, I win.
The answer is D, Serpo. He is not a playable character, but he is in the game.
I like how you gave me a leg up. You just automatically allow for me being a dumb shit by putting mine and your characters as A and B. It was really a 50-50 there to keep me job.
Red.
Yeah.
Your character isn't Logan.
Oh, isn't it?
Yours is John.
Oh, fuck. Wow.
I
thought it was Logan.
No, I think Logan's the one with the mohawk, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. I remember reading it. That's probably why I went, "Oh, Logan, Wolverine." Yeah.
Okay. I think you're the dude John, the new guy who wasn't in the first one with the orange shirt.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's John. Anyway. All right, that's the end of the semi-automatic fire quiz. So before we go into video game news, give us a little bit of information about Loot Crate and how we can get it for a bit cheaper.
Okay, Loot Crate is your one-stop shop where you don't actually have to visit a shop. It gets delivered to you monthly, and there's merchandise, wearables, everything's licensed, and everything is nerdtastic. And if you'd like to check it out, at the very least, just jump across to www.trylootcrate.com/AGE, and there'll be a lot of information there with no obligations. But if you see what you like, enter into a new subscription, and when you're filling out your details, it'll ask you for a voucher code. And if you put in the voucher code BRIDGE10, being BRIDGE10, that'll confirm that you are an avid listener of the Aussie Gamers Express podcast and a follower of the website. And for that, we've worked out a deal where we'll get you 10% off your next subscription. So what have you got to lose? You can at least check it out. It mightn't be for you, might be for you. So if you need to make that decision, once again, it's www.trylootcrate.com/AGE, and the coupon/voucher code to save 10% on a new subscription is BRIDGE10, BRIDGE10. Help us by helping you.
I would argue the fact that if you're listening to this podcast, it's up your alley. You're going to like it.
Oh, yeah, duh.
If you're that interested in video game and pop culture that you're searching for video game related podcasts, you'll absolutely lose your mind with Loot Crate. It's awesome.
I hear the next theme could possibly be anti-heroes.
Yeah,
so your Harley Quinn, your Deadpool, so your foul mouth, not so do-gooders doing good.
Yeah, and I've got a few things that I've scored from my Loot Crates, and you get stuff in there like I've got Marvel shoelaces, I've got what do you call those things? Your beer cooler things, the stubby holders.
Stubby holder t-shirts.
I've got pins like that you pin on your shirt from.
That's a brooch from my grandmother, mate.
That's what?
That's a brooch.
Brooch.
You beautiful man.
Oh, hello. No, from Team Fortress 2, I've got those things. I've got ice trays that are in my freezer at the moment, which had the Fantastic Four on them.
Wicked.
Yeah, heaps of stuff like that. It's a lucky dip. You don't know what you're going to get. You know the theme, so they give you a theme. You're going to get a whole bunch of stuff in that theme. And it's usually about 2 times, 3 times worth the value of what you actually paid for it too. Even if you get a t-shirt that goes with it, I've got a couple of t-shirts as well. Most months they come with a t-shirt. Basically the price that you're paying for the Loot Crate is what you would pay for these t-shirts alone if you wanted them. So
licensed material, merchandise.
Yeah. So the value's there. But anyway, that's Loot Crate. How about we move on to
the news?
The news. Couldn't remember what we're up to. Alright, first up in the news, go Red.
For all you horror freaks out there that love to just ruin and take days off your lives while playing scary games, one of the scariest games to ever grace our computer screens, Outlast, it obviously has a sequel, and from everything I've seen, it is worse. And I'm not going to say better, I'm not going to say good, I'm not going to say scarier. It's just worse.
You bitch.
But, oh no, you wait till you play this shit. I can't wait to watch it.
Oh, I shit myself too, but I'm still keen to play him though.
Oh, have you seen the videos and stuff of this one though? I think I put you onto one. Yeah, fuck me, this is worse than that asylum/hospital. This is hillbilly redneck town. But the news article does state, and unfortunately, it has been delayed till next year. And the only confirmation of date we have at this stage is Q1. So, yeah, January to March.
We clashed a little bit with our news reporting this week. Both Red and I had our news items for Outlast 2 being delayed. Can I read you what I wrote?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do this.
Have a listen to this. Outlast scared the shit out of us. Outlast 2 was set to purge any remaining shit we had inside of us after we had time to regenerate said shit. However, that shit will have to wait a little bit more time and will ferment now that the pants-shitting sequel has been delayed until early 2017. The studio Red Barrels have said that they want to take extra time to ensure that Outlast 2 is in no way compromised and is the experience you deserve, and purge all of that remaining shit.
Quote unquote. I don't know why you didn't take this seniority role and said, no, Red, that's my news item. Now I feel like Robin to your Batman.
Alright, next. Alright, my first bit of news, Pokemon Go bans. You've heard about people wanting it banned, right?
Oh, you go, don't get me started.
Do you want it banned?
Fuck no.
Oh, right, okay, good. But here's a proposed ban of a different kind, which you might want to agree with, because I kind of do, but I don't know how it's going to work exactly. But New York is looking at banning registered sex offenders from playing Pokemon Go, considering that it's a very easy way to pinpoint congregations of the younger generation. Even with the use of the game's Pokestop lures, has been described as a way for sex offenders to possibly stalk young children. Sounds alright to me, I guess. A directive has also been issued that will impose a new condition of parole for sex offenders, this is in the States, keep in mind, under community supervision that will prohibit them from downloading, accessing, or otherwise engaging in any internet-enabled gaming activities, including Pokemon Go. And if an offender is caught playing Pokemon Go, the new directive would mean that it would give them grounds to return them to jail. Niantic, the maker of Pokemon Go, has also been asked to provide any details of Pokemon Go players that are on the state's sex offender register, with the governor's office having already supplied information from their end. Now this is New York, but I like it.
Oh man, how do I Nah, I don't care if I offend.
No, go ahead.
The problem starts before that. Why are they being released from prison if they're still considered a threat? Shouldn't something happen? Chemical castration. You know,
well, I would argue that offend once, an offender that offends once will probably always offend.
Then no, kids are safe. He stays in jail. That's got to be murder one, because you've not killed the person, but you've killed the innocent aspect of their life.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Red, because I think if you are convicted of the minor of I'd say minor in comparison to other things that they could do, not in minor as in it's a minor offence, but,
yeah,
you know, just attempting to lure a child and, you know, the attempt of child grooming, so to speak. But even then, you're on your way to no return. I don't think that they should be, I don't think they should be put back into society. You're unfit.
No. Yeah, put in a compound that produces something that helps the country run, whether it be license plates or concrete bricks or whatever, but compound them off. That's where you're going to live. So the taxpayer dollars isn't going just putting towards putting them up bed and breakfast. Let them still produce for the community. The internet these days is more expansive, but don't our kids deserve to take that in their stride? Like, we remember it coming in with dial-up and just what we learnt at an older age, imagine what our kids are going to be able to accomplish if they're able to understand it and use the internet correctly from the age they're at the moment. And I never thought of this, like as you said, but it is. Look at the name. It's a lure, a Pokemon lure, and they're going lure.
Yeah.
No. I think that once the crime's committed, that there should be carceration. Then the drive for any sort of physical interaction needs to be stripped of them because they don't deserve to have it.
I think I agree with you. Yeah.
It's very, very pungent, very strong emotions I have towards this because I'm a father, as most people know, and you're a father, and that's just wrong. Whether people get put away for 25 to life for murder one, that's taking someone's life, but you're taking the best part of someone's life and making them relive it every day.
Yeah,
I think that's worse.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, this is a good incentive, and it's something that probably should be put into place. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. They probably shouldn't be at liberty with the ability to get fucking mobile phones, smartphones with Pokemon Go in the first place. But yeah, castrate them. it's
yeah, and hopefully this is a pretty seamless thing because New York's obviously a good base amount of people to try this, whether it be an experiment on to try and pinpoint, because obviously you can still lie and have burner phones and shit like that. But if this is successful in New York and it was relatively seamless for the governing body and for Niantic to work together to weed it out, then yeah, hopefully it goes global.
Yeah, I just think that simple human rights, if you're a child sex offender, I think you should, obviously the basic human rights like access to food, water, shelter, okay, fair enough. But general other rights, like you shouldn't have, take away the internet. You can't have that.
You should not have freedom to roam and do what you want.
That's one argument that we don't think that they should, but that's not the case. They do. They can get out. Let's just say that they served 30 years. They're still going to get out at the end of the 30 years, right?
Yep.
But they shouldn't get their human rights back, other than the basic ones that will allow them to live. I just think that they've handed that in.
Yep.
But the bleeding out hearts out there will have their say, and they generally win, the sons of bitches. But anyway, let's not go too deep into that because it's a dark place. Red, give us your next bit of news.
All right, so we're looking at and you got to hear me correctly here, a release title for PlayStation 4 VR. Driveclub.
Hey!
We fucked up on the PS4. Let's have a release title for the VR.
Let's try it again.
How are they still around? But
they're not, are they?
They've survived. Oh no, by former Evolution Studio. Yeah, they're not really around, but I'd say Sony still own the rights to Driveclub. So you will be able to play, just most likely not with your friends.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Look, PlayStation need to make ground on Driveclub, and if they were to turn around and make it a single-player experience that they can give away with the VR headset so everyone can see what a racing game is like, because obviously they're going to want to sell Gran Turismo, which is polyphonic, but it's still Sony-owned, exclusive. They're going to want to sell that. And if they can salvage a little bit of respect for Driveclub with a release with the VR, as in like The Last of Us now with the consoles, they don't really charge too much for it. If they can give it away, I reckon it's going to be, it's only going to be positive for PlayStation. There's a little bit of news and details here, but I basically brought this to the forum just so we could have a little bit of a chuckle, but I also wanted to see what you think about it.
Well, look, if it's like the PlayStation Move integration where it's just an update, I think that's great, because then everyone that owns it already can give it a go if they get the PlayStation VR. Yeah. I reckon it'll be good. I think racing games will really benefit from VR.
Yeah, so do I. And I don't know if this is going to be a standard. You're probably the best one to ask this sort of knowledge, but it's going to the original game will be upscaled to 120 frames per second. Are they going to try and set 120 frames per second standard for the VR, or is this just a number they've plucked out?
Oh, no, I don't know. How are they going to output 120 frames per second?
In the headset? Oh, I don't know.
Good luck to them, but hopefully it works. Keen as. But yeah, I think these racing games will benefit big time from it, because that's one of the hardest things that I've ever really had to get to work out is looking, when you press the button to look behind you to see where the cars are.
Yeah.
Now you'll actually be able to use the mirrors.
Yeah.
So in your peripheral, you can move your head slightly across and have a look in your rear vision mirror, as opposed to just completely changing the camera to looking out the back.
Or you can just throw the noggin over the shoulder.
Well, you could turn your head, but you want to keep your eyes on the road, which is how a race car should be handled. And if you could just have a quick glance in the mirror, or turn your head to the side slightly to look in your peripheral to see them coming up on your left or your right side, it's much better than just ripping your head off and turning it 180 degrees, and then you're no longer looking ahead, which usually ends up with you in a wall.
Immersion braking, that is. Because you don't do that in real life.
Yeah, that's right. Looking 180 degrees behind you can't do it.
No.
Yeah, so I think that'll be good. Lovely. Who made Gran Turismo?
It's Poly someone.
What do you
Polyphony?
You said it before, didn't you?
Polyphony?
Oh, okay.
Did I say polyphonic earlier?
I think you did.
Yeah. I
say polyphony.
Oh, that'll do. Polyphony Digital, yeah.
I don't know if it's right, but I just liked the way you said it. It sounded like you said polyphonic.
Maybe I did.
There's a new developer on board. Woo!
Yeah, we might get a good one.
Oh, shit, stirrer. I don't let anything like that go through to the keeper, do I?
Nah, good. Keeps me honest. If I had to tell the truth.
Keeps me sounding like an arsehole. I love it when you tell the truth, Fred. All right. Next up in the news that I've got, the Division motion picture. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the news item. Do you like the sounds of that?
Yeah, I do.
So Ubisoft jumping on board with their movies, eh? So Ubisoft Motion Pictures have announced the new project that they're working on, and it's just called The Division. It's going to star Jessica Chastain. Do you know who the hell that is?
Nope, but she looks hot.
She does look hot. She's a hot ringer chick, so she's from your breed, Red. She was in The Martian and Zero Dark 30. She's obviously not like the main character in those. I could be wrong about Zero Dark 30. She might be that main chick, but I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that. But also Jake Gyllenhaal, however you say his name. Everyone knows him. He was in Prince of Persia, which was another Ubisoft movie, right?
Game. I'm not sure.
Well, it was a Ubisoft game. I'm not sure if Ubisoft Motion Pictures made the movie, but he's in that. Zodiac, he was in. Donnie Darko, he's pretty famous for. But anyway, he's going to be in it as well. There's no actual released information on what the story is or who the characters will be, but we'll follow up more on it when there is more to be said. But that sounds cool. I reckon that would work good as a movie.
They've got a lot of freedom. They've got a lot of freedom when it comes to casting main characters, because everyone in the division is a faceless agent.
Yep, that's right.
Nameless faceless agent.
Yep.
Yeah, you can call him Feral Dave, but I want royalties. So Gyllenhaal as Feral Dave. Give us a fucking ping! Give us a ping!
Hop up, Turtle! What'd you put? We didn't need Turtle!
Right, who fucking pressed it?
Did you both do Turtle at the same time? What a waste!
Yeah. Don't I fucking get going? I do, I'm an asshole when it comes to that. I can see little icons down the bottom right hand corner, and we're getting ringed, and someone's sitting there with a cover buff and a ping just sitting there, and the special going, "Oh, keep going down! Use your shit!" I even said last night, you probably missed it. I said because Ditch and I had run in because we got both exactly the same setup, and we split up and take two boys with us.
Yeah.
So we can give the protection and the ping in sequential order, and Ditch would run in, I'd hit mine, then he'd hit his, and he'd go, "Ooh, whoops," and I said, "Alphabetical order, man." A for red, D for Ditch. Yeah, I got all Nazi-like on it last night because it needed to be coordinated.
So your name's Aaron when you want to go in alphabetical order?
Absolutely, I love coming first, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure your missus loves that you... No. All right. Red, next news.
All right, so inside coming outside of the box. Console only.
Oh, what we still talking about the last part that we'll talk... No, keep going, sorry.
No, were we? Oh, did I miss something?
No, I'm being very confusing.
Inside the box, 5 seconds, red comes first.
Yeah, sorry, you did get it.
Doesn't matter. Care. Who cares what she cares about? I'm happy. We've had a big coverage of this game, inside, I should say, from Playdead last week with the news of the co-founder splitting. We got the review up, aussiegamerstv.com. You've played it, you've streamed it. Have you sent your streams across to YouTube? You have, haven't you?
Yes.
So you can, spoiler alert, obviously, being a gamer of this variety, you can go across there, the YouTube channel, Aussie Gamers Express. That's all you've got to sign up. 500 subscribers, 501 now. Talking to the wife, she comes out and goes, "I liked it. Just to give you as an extra number." I said, "You're a good wench."
Last time I saw it was 504.
Oh, there we go. So that's awesome. But I digress. Playdead's inside looks as though, unconfirmed, but looks as though it'll be coming to PlayStation 4 around August.
Can I add to... Oh, sorry, I'll wait and see if you're going to tell us first. I've got a bit to add. Keep going.
Oh, cool. The reason this has come about is there's been a PS4 trophy listing appeared on an achievement tracking site called Exophase. If
it's on Exophase, it's right.
It's yeah, that's a pretty trusted source, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So, Inside initially launched on the Xbox One and the PC, but its period of console exclusivity appears to be quite brief and coming, which I'm pretty happy about. We got Limbo. I can't see how the deal's kind of... But anyway, I was not pissy. I wasn't piddly. I was just a bit butthurt that I couldn't play it because of all the raving reviews and just you telling me about it. I listen to you more than I listen to anyone else, really, like do websites and reviews and video reviews and stuff like that. And if you like it, I know your playstyle means I most likely will. And I couldn't play it because, yeah, I've got the laptop here, but that's really, as of yesterday, it's really slowing up lots, so I'm not even going to play any games on it ever again. Got the PlayStation. Yeah, I've got an Xbox on the way, and I've got a PC on the way, but I didn't have access to this game, and it really pissed me off. Like, I want to play it. But if you're in the same boat as me, well, at the moment, and you don't have a computer and you don't have an Xbox, you will be able to get this gem up and running on your PS4. So, something to look forward to. Have you got something to add, did you say?
No, you covered it. That's all. I'm glad I kept my mouth shut.
Ah, wicked. So, it's just got 10 out of 10s a lot of the places for the genre of the game it is, so it's definitely worth looking forward to.
Yeah, good on you. Oh, a bit indifferent for myself because I've already played it and experienced it, but I'm glad it is coming to the PS4. I'm sick of this exclusivity garbage. Yeah,
me too. Look, and I'm not hypocritical and go, "Oh, exclusive to PlayStation and sucked in Xbox." I just don't think it has a place in today's generation.
If it's a smaller game like that, you know, it's not going to be like your Call of Duty. It's one of those games where the experience is going to be fairly limited, but it's a fantastic experience. And when you release that on one console only, I think that hurts the developers more than anything.
Yeah. And if it was an exclusivity deal, they've either backed out of it because of the numbers sold, or it was only a small agreed lump sum to finish the game or something like that. There has to be a reason there for it only to be an exclusive for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's good that it's coming. You give it a go. It's a good game.
Yes.
All right, that's it for news, isn't it?
It is, my friend.
Okay, then, let's play What's That Sound?
Oh, okay. Mano-y mano.
What?
Me versus you.
Yes, it is again, because we've got a sound here that is not being found by myself. This one is actually given to us by Roy Boys, one of Roy's this week. Okay, so last week we had a sound that neither you or I could work out, and I'm a little bit embarrassed about it, really, because it was Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Told you it was something falling.
Well, yeah, Anyway, thank you to Snoogans for giving us that one, but I failed miserably. We got Rusky Big Muskie picked it. Good on him. It's been a while for him, but he finally got one that he got, and I had no idea. But anyway, without further ado, let's listen to this week's What's That Sound? Do you want to hear it, Red?
Yes, I do.
I don't know what this one is. Oh, it's a long one.
And loud.
I've got no idea. What is that? Do you know it, Red?
No, it'll be something like Ghouls and Ghosts or Contra. Not Contra, no, I'd recognise that. She's Sega days, if not earlier, but it sounds Sega.
Oh, I'll make a guess at Castlevania. One of the original ones.
Great guess. And whether he inadvertently gave me a hint to his sounds...
that's not fair! You've been talking to him!
Listen to Red. It was a passing comment that I could have now just picked up on. I know he's been playing the Mega Drive classics on his PlayStation 3 recently.
Oh, is that the only hint you got? Oh, okay. So it could be anything on the PlayStation. Was Castlevania on that?
Could not. Alright, I'm going with Altered Beast.
Okay, you can lock in Altered Beast. I'm just going to stick with my guns that I have no idea. Castlevania, I don't even know. I'd never even played the fucking game. I don't even know why I said that. I don't know. If you know what this week's What's That Sound is, send us a message to the Facebook page. After the show, we'll work out what it is, so we'll actually know if our listeners get it right. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? They send us an answer and we go, I don't know.
You win a game, everybody wins a game!
Because we have no idea.
We'll just play Oprah.
Oh, yeah. I'll play the first part of it again. I won't play it all. Hang on, I'm going to start that again.
Sounds like you're going in a wormhole or into a different dimension.
It kind of sounds like a TV show theme, like it's a game adaptation.
Twilight Dimensions or whatever they call it.
Oh, I don't know. Hang on, one more. I bet that's a TV show, like a game
Adaptation.
Adaptation, yeah.
I may have just sent him a message asking him what it is.
Have you got the answer yet?
No, I only just sent it.
Oh, you got it?
No, I only just sent the question.
Oh, you only just sent it. Okay, well, anyway, we'll find out and we'll tell you all next week. Let's move on to Red's Shout.
Okay, now I didn't expect it to take off like this. I'm glad it did. But I put a post up. You know how you get in your feed, like your normal Facebook feed, you posted this 2 years ago sort of thing, like the reminders?
Yeah.
Well, when Last of Us first came out on the console, on the current generation console, it had this brand new thing for console called photo mode.
Yeah.
So I used to run around and take photos of stuff and then change their colours and stuff like that. And then I noticed when you left Joel standing there for a moment, he'd wipe his brow, like in confusion. So I managed to get a few dead bodies. And me have my back to him, and he wipes his brow as if to go, shit, what's going on here? If you haven't seen it, just scroll down a little bit through the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page, you will see what I'm talking about. There is a lot of comments here, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a shout out to everyone that I said I would, but I will read my favourite. So here we go really quickly. Nikki Elliott, Ashley Burnsy Burns, good to hear from you again, brother. Brendan Brown once again, Aidan Stewart, Daniel Ray, Callum Cox, Ross Mark, Nick Holmes, Matt Alexander, Joshua Ryan Dewsbury, Matt Alexander, Stephen Buttigieg, and Ben Martin. But my absolute favourite came from Matt Alexander. If you see the picture, you'll understand. It says, guys, get up. It doesn't even stink.
Oh dear! Someone who wrote Red's dog farted.
Oh, I think that was Roy.
Was that Roy? Was it?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I'm very humbled by the support that I think we've hit and gone over another, not a speed bump because we never stopped, but we've hit the apex of another hill. And we're growing again with the comments, the shares, the likes, just the general interaction, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's quite a few on that one, isn't there? That's good. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. That's it. Last words, Red. You got any last words?
Before I have any last words, I'll just remind you that the 10% voucher code that you can try at trylootcrate.com/AGE to get 10% off your new subscription. Mm-hmm. And the said voucher code is Bridge10, BRIDGE10. So that's www.trylootcrate.com/AGE for Aussie Gamers Express. And the voucher code is Bridge10, BRIDGE10. You support us, and that helps us to continue supporting you.
Yeah, and there's links on the Aussie Gamers Express website too. You can just go there and go from there. It'll be easy.
Last word?
Yeah, last words. I don't really have anything last wordy to say.
We've recorded pretty early in the week this week, so it's probably cold to show somewhat.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. It's a bit shorter than usual. There's not really...
fuck them. They'll get what they're given.
Yeah, we'll enjoy it anyway because we're all right. We're entertaining, aren't we?
I'm an asshole.
And I don't know. What am I? I try not to be an asshole.
Hey, you're an inspirational leader.
Yeah, I like that. I'll go with that. All right, what's your plans for the rest of the week?
Level 40 on Underground.
Oh, right.
But I think, I actually think, well, there's no embargo, so I can say, well, I'll be reviewing Headlander.
Oh, yes, we've got that one to give a go of.
And
that's Double Fine, isn't it?
Is it?
I believe I can fly. I think so. How do we find out? Headlander.
Yeah, it's Double Fine Productions. Well done.
Of course I know what I'm talking about.
So, and we've been offered a code for Attack of the Titans game. So I might have to fresh up on some of the lore with a bit of wiki and a bit of YouTube, so I can properly indulge in that. So that's basically what my week will consist of, that and Division Underground. And I might jump on for one session of Destiny just to do the weekly Nightfall.
Yeah, right.
That'd be it, so yeah. Producing stuff for the Aussie Gamers Express community.
I've got pretty much nothing planned. I'm busy with other things in the next week or so, so I don't know, probably not going to be as exciting a video game talk next week for me, but I'll squeeze some stuff in there, don't you worry about that.
Yeah, We'll produce something of brilliance.
Oh, like we always do. And then if not, I'll just make it up. I'll just lie. I played Uncharted 5.
I played I played Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. Wow. How's this one? I played... What's the name of that game? It doesn't exist.
I played Rainbow Seven Siege.
Rainbow Seven Siege? I played Driveclub VR.
On release.
Without the headset. And by played it, I mean I didn't boot it up, because let's just assume it doesn't work. Man.
I finished the Mighty Number 9.
Oh dear. I finished Dead Island 2.
Oh wow.
Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah.
I hope that's still coming.
I played a good Transformers game.
I played the end of the podcast. I've had enough. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm out of jokes. I can't think of video games because I can't think of an empty stomach. We need to go eat.
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. It was a great show. It was real fun. Thanks everyone for listening. I've been Lucas.
And I've been Red.
Catch ya. This week's show has sadly come to an end. Be sure to search for Aussie Gamers Express on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and just about every other social media network known to man. If you would like to email us, send it to info@aussiegamersexpress.com or visit our website at www.aussiegamersexpress.com. Catch you all next time on the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast.